You're listening to the Jarod Beeman podcast, baby.
Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Jarod Beeman podcast. Hope the audio sounds nice and crispy for y'all. We are recording in my car. Got the little audio recorder right here. Got the phone on the dash. You may be asking, Jarod, did you get kicked out of the studio? Did you get kicked out of your house? Why are you recording in your car? Honestly, I have no idea. There's no reason. I have the studio. The guy texted me and asked if I was coming in today. I was like, may just record at home. Came up to work in the office, and I was like, there's plenty of studios in there to record in. And then I saw this little audio recorder on the table. I was like, it'd be kind of funny just to go record in my car. The only thing that sucks is it's hot as shit out. And I was like, I don't think I can turn the car on. I think it'll be too loud. So I'm just sitting in a hot car. It's a little social experiment. I feel like the vibes are kind of fun in here. Honestly, this week I was considering having a guest on. Shout out Josiah of Comedian Discovery last week. Was considering having a guest on, but then I was like, I did say at the beginning of this podcast, like when I first started it, that I wanted to document starting a stand-up career for anyone that was also wanting to start stand-up. They were getting into stand-up, or they're just interested as a fan of what the bottom levels of stand-up comedy look like. And this week I had a couple shows. It was some of my first shows I've done since that bet I lost with Taylor. So I was like, maybe I should talk about those a little bit and break those down a little bit and document the journey it is of trying stand-up comedy, how I said I would. So the shout out Comedian Discovery, how I just said, Josiah, our guest last week, he booked, I have a couple more shows with him coming up, but he booked 2 shows this week, one of them in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and one of them in Columbia, Tennessee. And those are back-to-back Wednesday, Thursday night. And they both were such fun, incredible shows. I've been wanting to do these, now that we had that Zany's January 6th show where it was so unrealistic, it was a very unrealistic audience that was going to laugh at anything I had to say. It was fun to go do real shows in front of real audiences that weren't open mics to try out material, and to try out material that was not tailored to Bussin' with the Boys, or again, an audience that is told, hey, he's new, give him a couple laughs. These people were brutally honest, very honest. Mount Juliet, the first night, it was in the back of a restaurant bar. It was like a little the venue was a closed what do you call that? Like a back room of a bar. It was pretty cool though. It kind of felt like a comedy club. It was dark. There's a little stage at the front. It was very fun. Shout out Jeremy Clump, my Boston friend, friend of the program. He's been on here before. He came to it with his wife, and that was a very fun time. I will say, he was very nice. Clump was very nice in saying I got some laughs. From the stage, it was quiet. It felt like one of my first true bombs. Like bombing at open mics, I don't really care about because it's like other comedians, and it's like everyone kind of bombs. It's like no one is. Is this recorder going? Sorry, I left the recorder in the sun, and it was like the screen went black. I couldn't see it, but it says it's still recording, so I think we're good. Maybe I won't cut that. Sorry, that scared the shit out of me for a second. Maybe I shouldn't have done that in a hot car. Left the recorder up there. It was like at the open mics, it's like comedians, I feel like they're so in their own world with figuring out what they're going to be trying out that night. That's like, I don't know, no one really laughs that much. The bombs don't feel that bad. But this one, it was like, go up there. I loved my first joke. My first joke I've been working on for a couple months, where it's like I have a little bit of confidence in it. The second joke I had no confidence in. I only did 5 to 7 minutes. Sorry, I just got a text. I'm recording this on my phone. I'm only doing 5 to 7 minutes at both of these shows. And the first joke, thought it was going to crush. As you can probably expect with the story's going. The first joke bombed. I don't think a single person knew I was doing comedy. I think they thought I was just telling a story. And it was just I got to what I thought was kind of the ending, and just nothing. I'm like, all right, well, how we doing? Just transition into the next one. And the next one's so funny because I wrote the joke while I was driving like 2 or 3 days ago. I didn't write it, but when I was driving, I thought of this idea, this premise, and I just jotted it down in my notes. And I was like, there's no way I should perform that this week. It's way too fresh. Like I need to like write it out more, like work it out at an open mic or something. And I tried it, and it crushed. It did great. Like I actually got some laughs. I'm not saying it fucking brought the house down, but it did pretty good, which was so cool. It was like such a fun experience to be like, oh man, like you really do never know what's going to do good and what's not going to do good. Also, shout out Lee Kimbrell, friend of the program as well. Such a talented comedian. He was at both of these shows, and just such a he's such a like a great like mentor figure, like not afraid to share the game with like a newer comedian, or like he's just so happy to help other people. Like he's just so like full of fun advice and fun energy towards shows. Like I'll explain in a second on the second show, but like even at the first show, how I said my boss was there to and friend to watch the show. Before the show starts, I'm sitting at like his table, which is at the front, and Lee comes over, gives me game, and kind of whispers. He's like, "Hey, whenever the show starts, like run to the back, like optically." And I didn't even think about it. And he's so right. It's like if they're like, and to the stage, Jarod Beeman, and I'm sitting at the front table, and I just stand up, like, "Hey, I was in the audience. What's up, guys?" Like he's right. Like it's like, yeah, you got to be in the back and then walk up. It's like optically, it looks better for you. Just little details like that. At the second show, the mic system was pretty bad, so he's like teaching me. He's like, hey, hold the mic like this, like keep a tight diaphragm, like giving me the best advice. And he's like, the audio is pretty shitty in here, so here's how to deal with it. Just giving a good game. Such a good guy. The second show was hilarious. It was in Columbia, Tennessee last night, and it was in a cafe, like a kind of like a brunch coffee shop, but I mean they had alcohol, so I guess that's just a cafe. I guess that's what it's called. It looks like a coffee shop though. And we walk in, and me and Lee are like, what it looked like when you walk in is that there is like 10 to 15 people eating, like not here for the show, and it looks like there's like 2 audience members. And me and Lee both were like, shit, this is going to be awkward. Like if most of this place is people just trying to eat dinner, and we're doing like comedy that is not appropriate or clean to these people that do not want it, it's gonna be bad. And Lee just the controller of the room he is just walks up there and grabs the mic before the show, and he's like, "Who's here for the comedy show?" And everyone raised their hand, thank God. And he's like, "Oh hell yeah, this will be fun." And it still is a funky venue. Like it's a cafe in the middle of like a shopping warehouse. It's like there's windows on the wall of this cafe to the shopping warehouse. You could see people shopping and vendors and stuff. So that was funky. But I will there's an Uber Eats driver right behind me. That was hilarious. It scared the shit out of me. That's what you get when you're recording in the car studio. But I will be honest, that show in that little coffee shop with those like 15 people versus the show the night before, which was probably like 50 or 60 people in a room that actually felt like a comedy club. I will be honest that that cafe was so much more fun. It was such a fun audience. It was such a receptive audience. They were there for comedy. Like even on jokes that I kind of thought might bomb. Like I was like, oh, I don't really know how this is going to go. No one was on their phone. Like they're all like attentive, paying attention. Like kind of like you could tell they're like, looking at you. It was so fun. It sounds so like cringy to harp on it, but like it was such a good little show, especially when maybe the bar is a little lower when you walk into a coffee shop and you're like, I don't know how this is going to go. And it turns out good. It's funny because when I say it turns out good, I don't mean, and I crushed, like everyone was dying. I just mean it was just a fun time. Like I got a couple laughs, things that didn't hit. It didn't feel that bad because they were watching and smiling, and it's like all you can. It's weird how much a look and a smile like makes you feel good when you're on stage. It's like you don't even need laughs. It's like as long as you're kind of paying attention, I feel pretty good. As long as I have your attention, that feels good. Once the phone comes out, that's when it kind of sucks. This is hilarious. Like people just getting to work at my office. Like that Uber Eats driver behind me. I just saw Sherman over there. My other coworker Ryan is over there. He just pulled in. He's probably gonna look over and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" I don't even know if you'll see me. These windows are pretty tinted. They don't look like they're tinted from in here, but they're pretty tinted. But yeah, that last show was great. Even people like afterwards were staying to talk to us. We had a couple people that came up that were like, please keep coming back to Columbia, Tennessee. Like, we need more comedy. I was like, this is incredible. Like, this is not to sound cringy, but like not a couple months ago, like last year when I first started comedy and I was like dreaming of doing it, these were the situations like I wanted to be in. I was like, I've always seen and went to and heard about these little shows in like weird places, like not comedy clubs. Like, I want to be a comedian that like gets to do all that. And it's like, Lee's like, you can do as many of these as you want. Because I've done hundreds of them and it's fun. It's just so, it's a really cool experience. So, yeah, that was the documenting of comedy for this week. Doing some shows, very fun. Have a couple more. Go to jarodbeeman.com for tickets. There's one like in April 3rd, I think, and then I think May something. Go to jarodbeeman.com. We have a show in I forgot where. The Nations, I think, in Nashville. And then we have a show at Zany's again in Nashville. So make sure to check those out, jarodbeeman.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Peace.